Witness an extraordinary tale of survival during the Great Patriotic War. Discover the unexpected bond between a grandmother and a tiny rat that saved her from starvation. Prepare to be inspired by their incredible journey of friendship and resilience. A tale of survival and unlikely friendship. Amidst the turmoil of the Great Patriotic War and the blockade of Leningrad, one resilient grandmother found herself caught in a desperate struggle for survival. Once a dressmaker at a women's clothing atelier, she now faced dire circumstances as the city plunged into famine. With limited means to sustain herself, the grandmother resorted to selling her personal belongings in a desperate bid to stave off hunger. Every week, she would rise early, selecting an item from her closet to take to the market. It was during one of these routine outings that fate intervened. As the woman prepared to leave her home, a faint meowing echoed through the entrance of her building. Curiosity piqued, she followed the sound and discovered a cat scurrying away, leaving behind a lifeless rat and its helpless cub. The rat had valiantly protected its offspring, sacrificing its own life in the process. Moved by compassion, the elderly woman cradled the orphaned rat cub in her arms and carried it home. Despite the scarcity of food, she welcomed the creature into her humble abode. The rat scoured the empty shelves for sustenance, surviving on meager crumbs from mealtimes, often venturing outside in search of additional nourishment. To combat the solitude and hunger that plagued her, the woman attempted to train her newfound companion. The rat responded with varying levels of success, learning to recognize her voice, stand on its hind legs, and even carry small objects around the apartment. These modest achievements brought moments of respite, momentarily diverting attention from the persistent hunger. As the war raged on, the woman's circumstances grew dire. Devoid of any possessions to exchange for food, she faced the bleak prospect of succumbing to starvation and isolation. Desperation loomed, pushing her to confide in her tiny companion. Days turned into weeks as she weakened, confined to her bed to conserve energy. Then, the rat disappeared. 2 days stretched into 3, and the woman began to fear the worst. Either the rat had perished or found another place to scavenge for sustenance. But on the 3rd day, to her astonishment, the rat returned, clutching a shiny object in its teeth, a gold Royal Chevronnais. Summoning her last ounce of strength, the woman rose from her bed, donned her worn-out clothes, and embarked on a journey to an antique dealer she knew. With the precious coin, she managed to secure a supply of cereal, providing sustenance that would last for nearly a month. The little rat continued to bring her more coins, ensuring her survival. No longer consumed by the grip of hunger, the woman extended her good fortune to her neighbors, sharing food and even fabricating tales of successful coat sales. Despite the destruction of her home in a devastating air raid, she defied the odds and endured the war. Sadly, she never saw her faithful rat companion again. But the memory of that tiny gray creature, the one who saved her from the clutches of starvation, remained etched in her heart until the end of her days. The rat exemplified the capacity for animals to remember kindness and offer solace in the darkest of times. In the midst of chaos and despair, a bond forged through necessity became a beacon of hope. The tale of the rat and the grandmother serves as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unexpected allies that emerge in our darkest hours. As we recount this extraordinary story of survival, let it remind us that even in the bleakest of circumstances, compassion and friendship can pave the way to salvation, weaving a tapestry of hope in the face of adversity.